Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast.
Is this thing on? I said shots to Nick and Dawn. Him on the air radio every Sunday night, man. What up? Red Dragons. Shout out to the boy Nick. I see you done. You about to witness the real talk, real talk. Put it in your ear. We reaching for the sky, but we put it in the air. Not a glass jar, but I tell it to you clear. Hammer on the air, we rock. Here's your whip, man. Hammer on the air, here's this mic here for nothing. My demographic pull dude box office numbers. Weekend review said we #1 getters. Now y'all all here, we're #1 getters. Turn it on, Nick and Dawn. And I'm like, turn it up, what the fuck, We air it out, wear it out, and we winning. Him on the air, follow back, and we trending. You can't tell me what I bet not be. Don't give a FCK about the FCC. I'm the head for the hellas, voice for the voices. Him on the air Sunday night, and I'm off this.
Hi, am I on the air? What is going down, everybody? Welcome to another new edition of Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega, and welcome to the show. Tonight's episode is called WHY-PHY, Season 8, Episode 19, and I welcome the world to the show for your weekly wrap-up in entertainment news, TV, music, movies, reviews, the whole nine. It's going down right here. It is the Sunday night, June 15th. Tonight's show title, WHY-PHY, is actually spelt WHY-PHY. It stands for Work Hard, Yes, Play Hard, Yes. It is actually the drug that Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill are looking for in the new film, 22 Jump Street, which just hit theaters this weekend, and that'll be my big movie review this weekend. So that is the tie-in for this week. So before I get started, a couple of little quick shout-outs. Number one, there's a new Am I Still on the Air that is up. After I recorded last week's show, I think I actually did it the night after, either the night after or 2 nights after. We did a new episode of Am I Still on the Air, did a Edge of Tomorrow spoiler review. And I was joined again by Geeky Pat, who does This Week with the Geek on Red Dragons Radio. He joined me on the X-Men Days of Future Past review as well. We both saw the IMAX 3D version, both absolutely loved the film, and so we did the Am I Still on the Air episode. So if you have seen Edge of Tomorrow and you want to hear a really cool spoiler-filled review of the movie, check out Am I Still on the Air. You can find the tab over on our main page at amiontheair.com. You can find it on reddragonsradio.com. Just click on the Am I Still on the Air tab. It's also available on our iTunes and Stitcher streams as well. Speaking of Edge of Tomorrow, when I did the show last Sunday, I gave the movie a 4 out of 5. When we did the spoiler review, I dropped the knowledge that I changed my mind, and I decided that the movie was actually better than a 4. Upon further thinking about it, I was like, that was a really badass movie, and I just don't know what else it could have done to really be better. So that means it definitely deserved to be more than a 4. Wasn't quite a 5-star movie for me, and I hate using half stars, but when they're needed, they're needed, and I feel like it was needed for Edge of Tomorrow. So I ended up changing my score for the film, and I give it now 4.5 out of 5 for Edge of Tomorrow. So I wanted to drop that news, because if you didn't listen to the spoiler review, you wouldn't have known that I changed my review. Once again, if you're just looking for a place to see all the reviews that we talk about, like just see the scores that we're given, if you go to amiontheair.com, just click on the tab that says Movie Reviews, and there you can see everything that we've reviewed, and it literally goes back for years, so you can see movies from years ago, what we ended up grading. So as soon as we started doing movie reviews on the show, they started getting logged on the website, and they're all there. So it's a good spot to kind of send people to. I get people all the time, especially at my work, that say, "What did you think of this movie?" and "What did you think of that movie?" And I usually want to just say, "Go to amiontheair.com and click on the movie reviews tab, and you'll get your answer all the time." So yeah, so 4.5 out of 5 for Edge of Tomorrow. And then my next piece of news I wanted to kind of shout out was last Sunday's episode kind of got tucked under the rug a little bit, and this I knew was going to happen, and it's one of the hard things about doing like a spin-off show or special episode in the middle of the week, because it just takes priority. You know, for a lot of people, when they go to listen to the show, they just usually pull up the latest episode and then go. Well, I did last week's show, which was titled Download, Listen, Repeat. And that episode was only up for like a day. And then the next day, we did the Edge of Tomorrow spoiler review for Am I Still on the Air? And that kind of took precedent. So when I look back at the numbers, the Edge of Tomorrow review has really taken off. But we've only gotten about half the listens that I normally do for Download, Listen, Repeat, because I think a lot of people that episode kind of got overshadowed. And if you weren't looking for it, you kind of missed it. And so I just wanted to kind of take a second to just remind people that if you haven't listened to last week's show, I urge you to kind of go back and click that one and listen. It's Season 8, Episode 18, Download, Listen, Repeat. Okay? Don't let it get overshadowed by the Edge of Tomorrow spoiler review, because as much as I love the spoiler review, that's not Am I on the Air. That is Am I Still on the Air, and it's strictly just about that film of Edge of Tomorrow. I want you to be up, because we dropped a lot of news on last week's show, and I don't want that to get kind of left out. So go back, listen to Download, Listen, Repeat, and yeah, alright. So let's move into tonight's episode, Wi-Fi. And once again, the movie review of the week is going to be 22 Jump Street, so I'm going to start right off with that, and I gotta say, this is it. This is the comedy of the year right here. You know, it's funny going back now, because in the beginning of the summer, we saw Neighbors, and I gave Neighbors 5 out of 5 stars. Loved Neighbors, and I was like, man, it's going to be a hard movie to top. Then we had A Million Ways to Die in the West, which I really, really enjoyed, but I gave 4 out of 5. And then now 22 Jump Street. It just kicked everything else's ass. I don't know if we're going to get a better comedy this year. I really don't. I mean, I'm super excited for Let's Be Cops in August, but I don't think that's going to hold up like this is. 22 Jump Street, of course, reunites Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. I loved 21 Jump Street. Loved that movie. And this one, I don't know if I can say yet that I like it more than 21, but I like it just as much, if you'll accept that. Everybody fits into their roles so well in this film. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum have such a cool chemistry and such a unique bond. It comes across in this movie so well. It's like these guys really are brothers and they've known each other forever. And that kind of a chemistry between two actors does not happen very often. And it not only happens in this movie, but it happens on a whole nother level. Ice Cube is probably the best he's ever been in a film. Ice Cube killed me in this movie. He was so good. An amazing supporting cast. The funny thing about this film is it starts off with them kind of doing like a different kind of assignment, and they end up messing it up, of course. And then you see the captain from the first film, and he was like, see, this is what happens when you try to go do something different. We need to stick to the formula that was successful last time and do the same thing all over again. And it's, of course, a tongue-in-cheek joke at sequels and the same kind of formula of doing the same thing again, like what The Hangover gets a lot of grief for. But they do it so well, and they poke such good fun at the genres that it works, and even if they did exactly the same thing as the first movie, it's still funny as hell, because basically the concept is exactly the same in this film. They go to college now instead of high school. There's a drug getting pushed around. The drug, of course, Wi-Fi. Work hard, play hard. And it's the same thing. Go into the school, find the supplier, take down the dealer. Boom. Right? Same exact concept as the first movie. But, so many things happen from point A to point Z that it just continues the hilarity. Channing Tatum is so good in this, and this dude gets so much slack for so many of his roles, but he's in his element in these films, and I love Jonah Hill, and Jonah is so damn funny. He's so damn funny, and he's a 2-time Oscar-nominated actor. It's hilarious. The whole thing just killed me. Maybe we'll end up doing an Am I Still on the Air on this? I'm not sure yet. But because I want to talk about it more, and especially certain jokes, but once again, spoiler free here tonight. So all I'm going to say to you is that, number one, if you love 21 Jump Street, you will absolutely love 22 Jump Street, no doubt. This film is so damn funny. I don't know anyone that has seen it so far and hasn't liked it. Twitter has been blowing up about how successful it is. It just killed at the box office. It's number one. We'll talk about the box office numbers again here in a little bit. But it's number one, and it beat a family film, which was not expected for an R-rated comedy. It's the end credits of this movie is one of the most genius, best things I've ever seen in my life. It is a scene that will go down in infamy. There's so much more I want to talk about, but all I can say to you is this is the funniest movie so far this year. I'm sure it'll be the funniest movie of the year. I don't know what's going to be able to top this. It is laugh to your guts hurt, your jaw hurts. I can't recommend this any harder than I am right now. You have to go see this film. I, of course, no doubt here, 5 out of 5 stars. Once again, when it comes to comedies are rated by how hard you laugh and how often you laugh. And this movie had me rolling almost non-stop the entire time. So, it's a very, very easy film to let you know you need to go see this damn thing ASAP. Alright? 5 out of 5 stars, 22 Jump Street. Everyone kills it in this movie. It is amazing. Alright? Okay, partner. Let's keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Switching gears now to, and just to let you know, it is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with over 90%. So I'm not the only one that thinks this film is outstanding. Just to let you know. Let's switch now over to the news of the week and get you caught up to speed. Number one, Guillermo del Toro is writing the Pacific Rim 2 script. He's penning it out right now. He's working with a guy named Zach Penn. Zach Penn has written some comic book movie films. The guy definitely has an eye for this kind of action. But don't go getting too excited yet. This is actually them writing the script in their spare time. The studio has not greenlit a sequel, and they will not greenlit a sequel until they're happy with the script. So, even though a script is being written, it does not guarantee that we're getting Pacific Rim 2. So, I just want to set that record straight. I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way on that one. We have the first trailer for Leprechaun Origins. Yes, Leprechaun Origins. This time the Leprechaun is played by Hornswoggle from the WWE. This is a WWE Studios film. It will be heading straight to DVD and video on demand when it's released. Alright? In video game news, you can look for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yes, the new Tomb Raider game has been announced for holiday season of 2015. Also in video game news, 4 Halo games are coming packaged together in what's being called the Master Chief Collection. It'll be released on November 11th, 2014 for the price of $59.99. NWA is having a biopic done on their lives, and the biopic is called Straight Outta Compton, and playing Ice Cube will actually be his own son. O'Shea Jackson Jr. Will be playing his dad in the film. They're still doing casting for the other members of NWA, but it's kind of interesting that they would go with Ice Cube's son. Makes sense, right? Hopefully he can act. Let's see here. Okay, so let me pull up the details here. Got a lot of new actors joining the new Sacha Baron Cohen movie. Sacha Baron Cohen's got a new comedy coming out called Grimsby. They're just getting ready to start filming this, and they just added a slew of people to it. Hercules actor Ian McShane, Homeland's David Harwood, Precious Gabrielle Sabidi, and English comedian Johnny Vegas have all been added to this film, which will star Sacha Baron Cohen and Mark Strong. The story centers on a British black ops spy, played by Mark Strong, who's forced to go on the run and team up with his idiotic English football hooligan brother, played by Sacha Baron Cohen. No listing yet of what the new roles are going to be for the people that I just mentioned. Congratulations, Comedy Central has renewed Inside Amy Schumer, and they've ordered two new series to go into production. I love Inside Amy Schumer. She is hilarious, one of the best female comedians going today, so I'm very, very happy that her show will be coming back for another season. And speaking of coming back, there's another show on MTV called Faking It. I don't know what the hell the show is. I've never even heard of it before, but you know what? It's just been renewed for a second season, so congratulations to that show. Disney Studios is saying that they're open to doing a fourth Mighty Ducks movie if they can nail down the right story. So this might be a long shot here, but you know it's funny because every so often we hear about the Mighty Ducks, and I have a gut feeling that we might be seeing this fourth Mighty Ducks film at some point. We posted some really cool character posters on our Facebook page for Guardians of the Galaxy. We have a poster of Rocket and Groot, a poster of Drax, a poster of Gamora, and the poster for Star-Lord. So really cool character posters for Guardians of the Galaxy. You can check them all out on our Facebook page. Click on the album called Marvel. Alright, and they'll all be there. All you Walking Dead fans, The Walking Dead has stories plotted for at least 7 more seasons. That's pretty crazy. That doesn't mean the show's going to get 7 more seasons, because that's up to AMC. But at this rate, I don't see why they wouldn't, because the show is such a ginormous hit. But it's kind of crazy to hear that they do have a big, big plan stretching this out for a long time to go. We have the new Red Band trailer for Hemlock Grove Season 2. Hemlock Grove is the horror show that Netflix does, produced by Eli Roth. Excuse me. Getting tired, man. Oh, you know what? And I meant to do this at the start of the show, and I got so sidetracked of everything else. Happy Father's Day. Today is Father's Day, and I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I know several that listen to this show, my buddies. Big, big day for dads out there everywhere. And even for me, I'm a new dad. My daughter is going to be 7 months here in about a week. And today was my very first Father's Day ever. So it was a very special day to share. And on top of that, she actually rolled over by herself for the very first time today. So I will actually remember this Father's Day forever as the very first day that she was able to roll over from her back to her stomach completely on her own. So that's kind of unique that she did that on Father's Day. So sorry for getting a little sidetracked there, but I totally spaced that it was Father's Day. So once again, happy Father's Day to all the awesome dads out there. All right. We got a new Honest trailer. This time it's for The Lion King. Yes. On our Everything Wrong With, we got Everything Wrong with Moulin Rouge in 10 minutes or less. Josh Brolin and George Clooney are going to star in the new Coen Brothers movie called Hail Caesar. Not much more I can say about that. I'm not a big Coen Brothers fan. But, it's a good team up right there, Josh Brolin and George Clooney. The TV show Once Upon a Time is going to be adding 3 characters from the TV show Frozen. If you would like to know who, you got to click on the article, go to our Facebook page and our Twitter and check that out. Some more video game news. There was a lot of video game news this week because it was E3. E3, the big video game seminar that was going down. the PlayStation press conference, they said it is official that YouTube will be coming to the PS4 later this year, which is something I've been dying for. I'm a PlayStation guy. I have a PS4 since day one, and it bugs the hell out of me that it does not have a YouTube app, which is something the PS3 has, so I don't understand why there's this problem. But they say that the PS4 will be getting the YouTube app here later in the year, and you will also be able to share your gameplay videos straight to YouTube with just a tap of the share button. That is pretty damn cool. I'm also very excited to know that Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to the PS4 this fall. So I'm super stoked on that. I loved Grand Theft Auto 5. But once I got my PlayStation 4, I kind of stopped playing the PS3 for the most part, which meant I didn't play Grand Theft Auto very much anymore. So this makes me very, very stoked that they are adding that to the PS4, and it looks beautiful. It looks so good. Also, for video games, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, is coming to the PlayStation 4 in 2015. We have the first trailer for NBC's Constantine. You can check that out. Last week's show, we talked about Tracy Morgan getting in that bad car accident, and he is going to be in the hospital for quite some bit. He's got a new TV show that he's doing on FX, and the FX Chiefs came out, and they said that Tracy Morgan's show will be waiting for him, that they're not going to, bump production, they're not going to cancel it or anything like that. They said that as soon as he is ready and healthy, the show will be ready to go. So that is really, really cool on the FX side of things. Some casting news for the Netflix Daredevil show. I was actually pretty happy about this. They casted Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Yes, he will be playing Kingpin, who was last seen in the movie world, played by the late, great Michael Clark Duncan in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. Vincent D'Onofrio will be playing Kingpin in the Netflix TV show, which comes out next year. I really like this casting. I think he could be a really, really cool Kingpin, so I'm stoked on that. Alright, what else we got? We got the first this is the official extended TV spot for Transformers Age of Extinction, and it looks amazing. Amazing. I'm so excited for this movie. It cannot come fast enough. Sonic the Hedgehog is coming to the big screen, and supposedly it's going to be a mix of live action and animation, which I think is a mistake. If you're going to do Sonic the Hedgehog, it should just be an animated film. I don't understand the purpose of adding in live action with it. It did not work very well for the Smurfs movies. It's okay on Alvin and the Chipmunks, but Sonic, I don't see. Sonic should just be a full-on animated film, but it's getting a movie and it's coming to the big screen, so there you go. This was really cool. They finally dropped the first official trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2. Yes, Dumb and Dumber 2 T.O. It's pretty funny. I wasn't overly, thrilled with it to where I was, laughing my ass off, and I'm super stoked that this is coming. But you know what? It was a pretty funny trailer, and it's got some pretty good moments in it. Actually got to see the trailer on the big screen on yesterday before watching 22 Jump Street. The cool thing about it is it looks like Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are having a lot of fun making this, and it looks really, really cool to see them back as these characters 20 years later. Whew. So it's going to be interesting to see. It looks like they have a lot of the same chemistry back, and I can't wait. I'm excited about it. I love Dumb and Dumber. It's one of the most classic comedies of all time. So even though this trailer didn't knock me out of the park, I'm still very, very excited for it, and it did have a lot of good points to it. So check it out. If you haven't seen it, you got to check out Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer premiere. Alright, also in the Everything Wrong With series, we got Everything Wrong With Elysium in 12 minutes or less. Pretty Little Liars has been renewed for a 6th and 7th season over on ABC Family. Kylie Minogue has joined Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his movie San Andreas 3D. That's the big natural disaster 3D film that he's filming right now, actually. No word on who Kylie Minogue is going to be playing, but she joins the cast there. Congratulations to 50 Cent. He's got a new TV show called Power that airs on the Starz Network, and after only one episode airing, Starz has already renewed it for a second season, so that's a big order right there. I'm sure 50 Cent is loving that. So congratulations there. Power getting renewed for a second season. Brian Cox has joined Adam Sandler's new film Pixels, which comes out next year, so that's a good cast addition. This is pretty hilarious. Grumpy Cat is finally getting the movie. He's getting a Lifetime holiday movie, which I heard is like a mix of Home Alone and Die Hard. I don't know how they're going to do this, but you know what? I might have to set the DVR to see the Grumpy Cat movie. We have the new trailer for Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I really, really liked this trailer. I really did. And I'm not a fan of the original film. And I was kind of like, about a sequel coming out. And I didn't really care for the first trailer out of it. But this trailer hooked me. It looks beautiful. And I'm very, very intrigued. So this comes out in August. So check out that new trailer for Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. We also have the new trailer for the new Michael Keaton film called Birdman. This was a really weird trailer. A lot of big names in this film as well. It looks like Michael Keaton is, which is funny because he used to be Batman. They used to be a superhero character called Birdman, and then it's kind of like dealing with his career after Birdman and stuff like that. It looks very odd, but very cool and quirky at the same time. Check that out. Also, another new trailer for No Good Deed. This is the new Idris Elba movie coming out. Also, we got the new trailer for Paddington. Yes, Paddington Bear, starring Colin Firth and Nicole Kidman. It looks actually pretty cute. I had no interest really in checking out Paddington. I'm not going to say I have interest really now, but I actually just watched this trailer a couple hours ago, and the bear is actually really damn cute. So it's very interesting. I think the movie comes out around the holiday season, November, December. You can check out the Paddington trailer there. Another Everything Wrong With. This time it's Everything Wrong With Frozen in 10 minutes or less. And we got another new trailer. I like this one. This is for a movie called The Interview. It stars Seth Rogen and James Franco. Where basically James Franco is an interviewer that's lined up an interview to go talk to Kim Jong-un. And Seth Rogen is his assistant, and somewhere before the interview they get approached by like the CIA or FBI or something. You don't really see much of this in the trailer, but this is the description of the film. And they say, since you're having this interview set up and everything, we want you to assassinate Kim Jong-un. So this movie is about these two bumbling idiots, basically, who are just there to do an interview and now are tasked with trying to kill the leader of Korea. So it looks hilarious. It comes out in October, and it's called The Interview. We also have the first official movie poster for the film as well on the Facebook page. You can check that out there. It looks like they're trying to come up with some ideas to do a sequel to Nonstop. So, no shocker here, Nonstop was a pretty decent hit there for Liam Neeson and the production company. So, it just hit DVD and Blu-ray this past Tuesday. I picked it up on Blu-ray. I really like Nonstop. So, I would be interested to see another sequel, although it would be kind of hard to do another, sequel with him on a plane as an air marshal. They'd have to come up with a little bit of a different idea, but nothing set in stone. They're just talking about maybe a potential sequel to Nonstop. The USA Network has renewed the new comedy Sirens for season 2. I'm thinking about maybe checking this out. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to be pretty funny. So, and it's already been picked up for season 2. So congratulations. Gem and the Hologram star Stephanie Scott has just been signed on as one of the leads for Insidious Chapter 3. Harrison Ford was injured a couple days ago on the set of Star Wars Episode 7. He hurt his ankle, supposedly on the Millennium Falcon that they created. This made me sad, just because it just shows how old Harrison Ford is at this point. they're like barely a month into shooting, and this dude has already like tripped and like sprained his ankle while making the film. It just shows how damn old this guy is. He's supposed to be Han Solo, man. This is Indiana Jones, and he's hurting his ankle on set. Come on, Harrison, you're better than this. So a little sad here, but hopefully it's a speedy recovery, and they can still film some other scenes with him sitting down, maybe. ABC Family has ordered a new hidden camera prank series called Freak Out. Fox has canceled I Want to Marry Harry and the show Riot, and they've been pulled from the schedule immediately. I Want to Marry Harry is supposed to continue through video on demand. This is the big news that I really wanted to talk about. I was pretty intrigued by this. And some sites aren't even running it, but other sites are. And take it as a rumor for what it is right now. But this lady named Nikki Fink, she used to run the site called Deadline. Deadline is a really cool entertainment site that is well known for being like the go-to company for breaking kind of entertainment news. She no longer works for Deadline, but she said she's disappeared months ago, and then she said, but when I come back, I'm going to reveal a massive scoop, and you're all going to be basically bowing to my feet. And everybody was like, yeah, whatever. Well, she dropped a scoop, and we don't know how true this is, but supposedly she leaked Warner Brothers and DC's plan for what they were going to reveal at Comic-Con next month. Okay? So I'm going to read you the plan, and then we'll discuss a little bit. So according to Nikki Fink, here is the upcoming slate of superhero properties, their names and release dates that are locked in and will be revealed at Comic-Con next month. Okay, kicking things off, of course we know, May 2016 is the Batman v Superman film. The team-up film, Dawn of Justice. They're filming it right now, so we knew about that. Coming out in July of 2016, just a couple months after, is Shazam. This is a shocker here, because nobody knew about a Shazam movie coming. Then Christmas 2016, so that's 3 films in one year's time span. The third film is a film called Sandman. Now, we knew about the Sandman film. I've talked about it before on this show a while back. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is attached to this film. But that is listed for Christmas 2016. Then May 2017 is the Justice League movie, which we kind of expected. It's 1 year after the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice film. After Justice League, in July of 2017, will be the Wonder Woman film. Then in Christmas 2017 will be a Flash and Green Lantern team-up movie. And rounding it out, in May of 2018 will be Man of Steel 2, the official Superman sequel. So there you have it. Batman v Superman, Shazam, Sandman, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Flash and Green Lantern team-up, and Man of Steel 2. But this is interesting. This is all very, very interesting. I just don't know how true this is. I hope that DC has gotten this aggressive and they're going to try to churn out 3 movies in a year. But even Marvel only does 2 a year. So this is super, super aggressive. We know about Batman v Superman. We know about Justice League. We knew about Sandman. Shazam comes completely out of left field because it doesn't really tie in to that DC cinematic universe. I mean, I guess they could, but it's not like Shazam is really a part of that initial Justice League lineup or anything. Doing a Flash and Green Lantern team-up movie makes sense. I was talking to Geeky Pat actually about this the other day, and he was telling me in the comics, Flash and Green Lantern are actually really good friends. So that made me kind of go, okay, that makes sense then that they would do a team-up type film. According to some reports, they're already specifying that in this leak that It will not be Ryan Reynolds returning in the Flash and Green Lantern team-up movie or Justice League. But then other articles say they haven't made that decision yet. So who knows what to believe there. But I still say I would like to see Ryan Reynolds return. Plain and simple. Wonder Woman, we kind of figured. We know Wonder Woman's going to be in the Batman vs. Superman film. We know she's going to be in Justice League, so it makes sense that she gets her own solo film. Yeah, I mean, take it for what it is. Comic-Con's a month away. We'll have official word at that point, and we'll go from there. But The Rock could be Shazam. Will Ryan Reynolds return? Will we go to Jon Stewart? Lots of different things we need answered, and I think we'll get a lot of answers come Comic-Con, but we're going to have to probably sit and wait until then. Alright? But that's big news this week, so this lady is usually a very good, reliable source, so we had to talk about it. Keeping in line with the DC slate, and this was something I was going to get to later, but I might as well talk about it now, since we're talking DC, is breaking news that just happened this weekend as well in the DC universe, that Jason Momoa is going to be Aquaman. Jason Momoa, best known for Game of Thrones. He was also played Conan in the Conan reboot that came out a couple years ago. He was in the Sylvester Stallone film Bullet to the Head. He was the bad guy in that. I like Jason Momoa. I like him a lot. He's a really good physical action star. But he does not strike me as Aquaman. Now, I know they're going for a different take on Aquaman. They're going for, the New 52 style, which is way more badass, which I can see Jason Momoa doing. But I still just don't see Aquaman. I just don't. But supposedly he will have a very small role in the Batman v Superman film. And then, of course, he will be a part of the Justice League film. This is supposedly confirmed. We have not gotten a confirmation from DC yet, or Zack Snyder, or anybody working on the Batman Superman film. But the website HitFix has said that it is a done deal. They are confirming it themselves. So we're taking that word that this is a done deal. Jason Momoa has been rumored for this franchise for a long time now. No one knew who he was playing. We've heard a lot of different rumors. We heard an Aquaman rumor and kind of just dumped it and said, yeah, right, that's not what he's doing. And, thought maybe he might be a bad guy. He might be playing Doomsday, something like that. But this is it. They're saying he is Aquaman. So that is pretty damn big. And I think it'd be interesting that they are going to fit him in a little bit into the Batman Superman film, because they want to get as many of the Justice League people at least cameoed in there, so then when they move on to Justice League, you've already been a little bit exposed to all these characters, so it makes sense. But yeah, Jason Momoa, Aquaman, keeping that lineup moving. Alright, another new trailer. This time it's the new Denzel Washington film, The Equalizer. This trailer looks really, really cool. I'm excited about this one. So The Equalizer comes out in September, I believe. G.I. Joe 2 director John M. Chu may be directing Now You See Me 2. Now You See Me 2 was greenlit a while ago after the first film came out. It was a really big hit. And the original director, I believe it was directed by Louis Leterre. He was supposed to come back, but now they're saying he's not. So they're on the search for a new director. And John M. Chu's name got thrown into the hat. He is finishing up doing Gem and the Holograms right now. I thought he was going to move on to a different project, but now they're saying that he might jump straight into doing Now You See Me 2. I don't mind it. I like John Chu. Just his decisions as of late have been a little weird. That he's deciding not to do G.I. Joe 3, and then he wanted to work on Gem, and he was supposed to do He-Man, and then he dumped He-Man to do Gem, and it's just, I'm like, what are you choosing to do, man? Like, calm down over here. But, it's not official yet, but the studio is talking to him about taking over the reins on that one. Another shift in directing news is Guillermo del Toro. He was set to direct a version of Beauty and the Beast. Now, there's two versions getting set to come out. One is a direct live-action adaptation of the Disney film, and another is a darker, creepier version of Beauty and the Beast, which of course is the Del Toro version, starring Emma Watson as Belle. Gilmore's been attached to this for quite some time, but he dropped out. No real reason given. He says he is staying on as producer, and he helped write the script, and he'll have a hand in everything going forward. He just won't be able to direct it. So some people are saying the rumor is the reason he dropped out is so he could do Pacific Rim 2. But like I said in the beginning of the show, that has not been greenlit, so I don't know how much validity there is to that kind of excuse. But, you know, the movie will go on and have a new director step in to fill the shoes of that one. Rebel Wilson has also boarded the movie Grimsby. Grimsby, the same film we talked about earlier with Sacha Baron Cohen. I can see Rebel Wilson falling into this film and really... I don't know. For some reason, like, I hear about this and I'm like, this makes sense to me. So Rebel Wilson, Sacha Baron Cohen, okay, I see it. We got some new release dates for a slew of films, and some are quite a ways away. These dates will range from now all the way to 2018. Okay, you ready? So the new Hitman film, Hitman Agent 47, is going to be the new film based on the video game series. In 2007, there was a version of the film that came out starring Timothy Olyphant. This new film stars Rupert Friend from Homeland and Zachary Quinto. Hitman Agent 47 will be hitting theaters on February 27th, 2015. There's a new film called Captain Underpants that will be hitting theaters on January 13, 2017. The Croods 2 will be hitting theaters on November 3rd, 2017. Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas will come out on November 17th. Madagascar 4 will be hitting theaters on May 18th, 2018. And on November 2nd, 2018, we will see the return of Puss in Boots for Puss in Boots 2, 9 Lives and 40 Thieves. So I love Puss in Boots. So I'm very excited about the sequel. I don't know how excited I am that it comes out in 2018. I don't know why it takes that long to do a damn sequel. I just don't get it, man. Puss in Boots came out years ago. And so basically it's going to be like 6 years between films. I don't understand why they do that. Even The Croods 2, that came out like a year or two ago and was a really big hit, and you're going to wait till 2017 to release the sequel? Why are we taking so long here? Madagascar 4 in 2018? These studios need to hurry this shit up. And 20th Century Fox, DreamWorks Animations, get your shit together and find some better release dates, because you are taking way too damn long to put this shit out. Moving on, Tom Hiddleston has boarded the Hank Williams biopic film called I Saw the Light, and he will be playing Hank Williams himself and doing the singing, supposedly, as well. Word going around is that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 has been pushed back to 2017. Amazing Spider-Man 3 was supposed to come out in 2016, but due to the poor box office performance of Part 2, it's really making the studio kind of reevaluate their plans for the future, which includes Spider-Man 3, includes the spin-off films, Venom, The Sinister Six, everything. So they're kind of looking at their slate, and they're figuring some stuff out. So as of right now, the official move has not happened, but it's looking like Spider-Man 3 will be pushed back to 2017. Going back to trailers, we got the new trailer for an animated film called Home. We also have the second trailer for Dolphin Tale 2, starring Morgan Freeman and Harry Connick Jr. Maya Rudolph has joined the cast with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler in the film called The Nest. Orange is the New Black has already been renewed for season 3, and they're starting to get ready to start filming, and they have just signed Mary Steenburgen Steenburgen to join the cast for Orange is the New Black Season 3. They're not saying who her character is or what she'll be playing, but she has joined the cast, so that's a cool addition there. On the box office performance scale, the pre-predictions for Transformers Age of Extinction is looking very, very high, as the movie is poised to make $100 million plus debut. This will make it the biggest debut of the year, because the movie, the highest so far is Captain America 2 with $95 million. So if Transformers could pass that $100 million mark, it will be the biggest film of the year so far, which it is tracking to do based on pre-sale information. IMAX Theaters is going to release Brett Ratner's new rock movie, Hercules, and I don't mean like rock as in rock and roll, I mean like The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The new Hercules movie comes out July 25th. It was already in 3D, and now IMAX is going to reformat it and release it in IMAX theaters as well. So that's cool, because I love IMAX, and I will definitely go see Hercules in IMAX. Guy Pearce has joined the new film called Equals, which also stars Kristen Stewart and Nicholas Hoult from X-Men fame. So that's a good addition there. I love Guy Pearce. Supposedly, another casting call has gone out for the Justice League film, and they are looking for someone to play Martian Manhunter. This kind of makes sense to me. Martian Manhunter is a pretty big member of the Justice League in the animated world right now, and so I didn't know if they would go that alien off the bat, but if this rumor is true and the casting call is legit, then it looks like they want somebody to play Martian Manhunter. So we will see about that. Keep it in the rumor bucket for now. So let's see. We already talked about Jason Momoa. We have the first full trailer for the second season of Ray Donovan, which is on the Showtime channel. And Season 2 will debut Sunday, July 13th at 9 p.m. I really, really liked Ray Donovan, so I can't wait to see the second season. And remember, you can check out the trailer right now. Click on the link on our Twitter page. Frank Grillo, who played the character who becomes Crossbones in Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, says he is very optimistic about returning for Captain America 3 and officially becoming Crossbones full on. No shocker here. I mean, you knew by the end of Captain America 2, spoiler alert, when he's all, charred up and burnt and they put him on the stretcher, but he's still alive, that his next step is to become Crossbones and, be one of the villains for the next Captain America film. So I'm excited about that. I really like Frank Grillo. You can see him in theaters next month for the Purge Anarchy. Alright, congratulations to Alex Trebek, of course the host of Jeopardy! He has just nabbed a Guinness World Record for hosting. He has hosted over 6,000 episodes of Jeopardy! Since 1984. So congratulations, man. That's a hell of a lot of hosting, my friend. Let's see here. And some sad news, Casey Kasem ended up passing away today. Earlier today, he passed at the age of 82. So, sad Father's Day there for him and his family. But, yeah, Casey Kasem, he's been going through a lot of trouble lately with his family. A lot of ups and downs. It's been a sad situation. He's been in the hospital, and unfortunately it's one of those things where it's almost better for him to kind of go this path and finally get some peace. So thoughts and prayers go with Casey Kasem. Definitely an icon, dead at the age of 82. And that's going to wrap up the news. I hate to end it on a sour note, or a sad note, I should say, but that is the news of the week. And let's go head over to the box office and release dates. On DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is The Lego Movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Joe, and Walk of Shame. I will be picking up The Lego Movie because everything is awesome. Such a good film. Can't wait to watch it again. So funny. In theaters on Friday is going to be Think Like a Man 2 and Jersey Boys. So I just wanted to put it out there right now that next episode of Am I on the Air will not be having a movie review because I refuse to see Think Like a Man 2 or Jersey Boys. I didn't mind the first Think Like a Man film, but I didn't watch it in the theater, and I hate to say it, as much as I love Kevin Hart, Think Like a Man 2 looks really bad. It looks like a cash grab. It looks like, they're trying to shift the focus of the film onto Kevin Hart because he's the star, he's the moneymaker now. So, and that's not what Think Like a Man was about. It was an ensemble picture. Kevin Hart wasn't a big focus of that film, but you can tell in the previews that they're really trying to harp in on Kevin Hart on this film. And it just doesn't work for me. It just looks uber cheesy. It looks like something I'd watch on Netflix, but I'm not going to go to the theater to see it. And Jersey Boys, I just have no interest whatsoever. That's a movie the wifey would want to see, and I think she'll go with her mother to go see that film. So I'm not going to have a movie review for the first time of the summer next weekend. But the following weekend, it'll be Transformers time, baby, and I'll have the IMAX 3D experience review, and definitely a Am I Still on the Air spoiler review as well, which I think will be with Geeky Pat and Peeps the Geek will be returning, so we'll be rocking it out, the three of us, talking about Transformers, so that's just a couple weeks away. Let's talk box office. Number 10 is Chef with 2.3 million. Number 9 is Neighbors with 2.5 million. Number 8 is A Million Ways to Die in the West with 3.1 million. Number 7 is Godzilla with 3.2 million. Number 6 is X-Men Days of Future Past, 9.5 million. Number 5 is The Fault in Our Stars, 15.7 million. Number 4 is Edge of Tomorrow with 16.2 million. Number 3 is Maleficent with 19 million. Number 2 is the debut of How to Train Your Dragon 2 with a very nice $50 million. And your number 1 film, 22 Jump Street. We added a digit. 22 Jump Street at number 1 with a whopping $60 million. The second biggest debut for an R-rated film of all time behind The Hangover 2. So, big congratulations there. Like I talked about at the top of the show, early predictions had How to Train Your Dragon being number 1 and 22 Jump Street being number 2. Just because How to Train Your Dragon, of course, is a PG film. It's for the whole family. The first movie is loved very, very much. It just, has more of an audience to get to. They knew that the box office would be close, but really thought that How to Train Your Dragon would kind of edge it out. And then look at it, a $10 million difference. How to Train Your Dragon at number 2 with $50 million, and then 22 Jump Street with $60 million at number 1, an R-rated comedy film. That's a big win right there. So congratulations to everybody involved with 22 Jump Street. Big weekend just overall at the box office, honestly. A $50 million film and a $60 million film just in your top 2 films is amazing. So it's been a pretty good summer so far, and curious to see how the box office continues going into next week with nothing overly big coming out next weekend. But that's your box office, my friends. And on that note, that's going to pretty much wrap us up. So thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this Season 8, Episode 19, Wi-Fi episode. Once again, if you haven't listened to last week's show, go listen to Download, Listen, Repeat. Last week's episode. If you haven't checked out the Am I Still on the Air spoiler reviews, go check out the Am I Still on the Air link. Listen to the Edge of Tomorrow spoiler review. Listen to the X-Men Days of Future Past spoiler review. You won't regret it. You'll love it. It's a fun time. Alright? I want to shout out to the affiliates right now. RedDragonsRadio.com. Red Dragons Radio is blowing up. This is where we're in syndication. We're the main show on this hub right here. And I'm so proud. RedDragonsRadio.com. You can listen to some of the greatest shows on the web right now. Very entertaining stuff. You can listen to Am I on the Air? You can listen to Am I Still on the Air? You can listen to Inside the Ropes, which is a show all about boxing and got some really great guests on there. You can listen to This Week with the Geek, which of course stars Geeky Pat, who works with me all the time on this show. Coming on now, we do an Am I Still on the Air together. Great dude talking about geek culture, man, and he's just rocking it with that show. So listen to This Week with the Geek. You can listen to Pro Wrestling Nation. That's our newest show over on Red Dragons Radio. And, that's it's very cool to have a wrestling show back on the network. For those of you that have been around and know about Red Dragons Radio, you know that Future Endeavors was the wrestling show that I hosted. Future Endeavors was a show I did with Nick and Corey. The three of us did Future Endeavors for years. We did the show going on almost 4 years, and we actually retired the show. A couple months back, actually back in February, and and it's a little sad. We get tweets all the time from people that still follow Future Endeavors saying, do another episode, and I would love to. It's just really about timing and getting everybody together, and it's just one of those things. But since Future Endeavors stopped, Red Dragons Radio really has kind of had a void in the world of professional wrestling, and one of our big supporters on Future Endeavors was a really cool guy. He's Funky Sam Medina over on Twitter. He runs PWN, Pro Wrestling Nation. He started the show really kind of after listening and becoming a fan of Future Endeavors. He was like, you know what, love the show, I want to do my own show, and he started it, and he does a great job. Pro Wrestling Nation is a really cool wrestling show, and so when I was like, you know what, we need to fill this void, I reached out to Sam, and we talked about it, and we worked it out, and now PWN is on Red Dragons Radio, so you got Pro Wrestling Nation on there, and Peeps the Geek, who did the X-Men spoiler review with me, he's going to be starting his own show. I don't want to give away too much on it, but he's still working on the details of that and getting it set up, and I think he might actually be doing his first episode this week. So I'm very excited because that will be added to Red Dragons Radio. So we're chock full of content right now. RedDragonsRadio.com. Listen to some really cool podcasts. Am I on the air? Am I still on the air? Inside the Ropes. This Week with the Geek. Pro Wrestling Nation. And, of course, the new show with Peeps the Geek. Now I'm spacing his damn Twitter name, and I just said it like a second ago. Peeps the Geek. Yeah, Peeps the Geek. Too many geeks, I got Geeky Pat over here, and I got Peeps the Geek, and too many geeky things going on. It's messing me all up. And I want to get everybody shouted out. So, RedDragonsRadio.com. Click on it, and you'll always be up to date on all the latest and greatest in the world of podcasts. And for Am I on the Air affiliate, I would like to shout out the Nerd Emporium. The Nerd Emporium streams us in syndication as well after we put up the new episodes. So very happy to be on the Nerd Emporium. And, of course, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Just look us up, Am I on the Air? And remember, it's the feed that just says Am I on the Air. There's an old Blog Talk Radio feed that's on iTunes as well. Just ignore that one. It's easy just to go to amiontheair.com, click on the affiliates tab, and then click on the iTunes button, and that'll take you right to our site to subscribe to that. And then let me run down all of our great information. First of all, like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/amiontheair. You're going to love it. You're going to get all the trailers. You're going to get reviews. You're going to get all the info that you need so you're always up to date. If Facebook is your thing, you're going to want to like the Facebook page. If Twitter's your thing, then please follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. Plain and simple. It's easy to find us at Am I on the Air. Follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. And you can find all this affiliate stuff or all this information on our social tab on our official webpage. I'm going to let you guess what that is. Yep, it's amiontheair.com. So just go to amiontheair.com and you can see all the same stuff I'm talking about if you need links to everything. We're on Google+. We're on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel. Really want to start doing a little bit more with the YouTube channel. I think we might start getting into some video stuff here soon. And of course, if you want to listen to the show on the go, Stitcher is the app you want to get us on. We are in syndication on Stitcher Radio and Spreaker. So both those stations you can listen to wirelessly on mobile devices. And just look for Am I on the Air? Always tweeting out links for all of this stuff as well. So you should have no trouble finding us as we are all over the interwebs. So that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday night, June the 15th, this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone once again. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you next time for another new edition of Am I on the Air? This is Don Mega signing out. Peace.
Red Dragon!